Alright, the fire's still smoking away. There's a lot of big woodworm holes in the wood, and the smoke's bellowing out the holes. I got a coffee on the go. Woke up at 10, and then sort of laid there, and the next thing you know, it's 11 o'clock. So by 8 minutes past 11, I had a coffee on, and the aerial up for the PMR, and the solar panel out. Slept like a log last night, and could have stayed in bed a lot longer. Had to move the basher there last night. You can see it now, because the wind was just coming in and filling the hammock up with smoke. So that's sorted out, but I'm going to move that probably soon, probably in about an hour. Flies all over the cord for the bazooka antenna, and all over the coax. I can hear swarms of them, and yeah, they seem to like the cordage. Right, I'll put a few more calls out on PMR, and then go make my coffee. Good stuff. Breakfast soon. Cheers, everybody. Tell you what is difficult, remembering your call signs, because I got my Charlie Tango call sign first, and then I got my Mike 6 call sign, and that also has Charlie Tango in it. So I stutter and fumble sometimes when I'm calling with those. And then about 3 times today, I've tried to call out with a call sign Uniform Kilo Papa 1. And I don't know why, it must be the P for Papa. But yeah, that makes me stutter as well. I've got to seriously try and remember these call signs better. Or just get used to the fact that people do forget and make mistakes. I can hear someone on channel 19. I'm still flicking around as I'm calling out, and he said he's in Wiltshire, and he's calling out DX for people in France and here, there and everywhere, but he's only giving me about £2. The Radio 5, but his signal's really weak, and he says, yeah, this is so and so in Wiltshire, calling out for DX. Anyone in the south of France, come on, he's going. I'm thinking, Jesus, if I'm in Wiltshire and you're giving me £2, signal 2, you ain't going to get France. That's the rainwater I collected yesterday. I've got another one of those bottles, fresh water from home, and if and when I run out, I'll have to purify that. The colour puts you off, but water's water, doesn't matter what colour it is, once it's filtered and boiled. I don't know if it'll stop raining. It has this morning, I think. So hopefully the rain stays off. I don't mind either way. Doesn't sort of get in the way. It's just I don't like getting wet going home. Well, I don't mind getting wet going home. I'd rather get wet going home than going there. But it's the cycling part I don't like in the rain. Waterproof or not, it's still miserable. But being out here though, it ain't miserable in the rain. Rained all day yesterday. Yeah, all day, apart from about 4 hours I reckon. Like here, there and everywhere. Half an hour here, an hour there. It didn't rain. But yeah, it made no difference at all to me. Got guidelines up everywhere. Right, back to radio. Yummy. Right, certainly starting to warm up. Lot of wet sticks, so the gasifier is being refueled today. I can't split the wood that's lying because most of it's rotten. Not cut anything down because it'd be too wet. I can't split this, it just falls apart, so I've just cut it into like discs because it's easier than splitting it. So we're going to light this and see how it does with blocks of wood, blocks and discs. Some are about an inch, some are about ½ inch, and that's inch and a half in diameter. I made the hole bigger, haven't tried the bigger hole yet for the lid, but we'll get that lit and see how it works out with this wood for fuel, discs and blocks. Right, so I've got a litre of water left, and that's not going to last me all day. So this is the bottle I collected yesterday from the rain. I've done a video on me making this and testing it in the garden, but never actually used it out in the field. So for filtering water for me, paper coffee filters. I've got a bag with several in there. An alloy bottle I cut in half and then put the top bit upside down inside and then drilled some holes so I can put my coffee filter in there while that's lighting. Coffee filter in there, pour the water in, when it comes out it's filtered, then roll and boil. Simple. I've only done a pint so far of water, and I put in several spoonfuls of dirt from the garden. Right, let's give it a go. You can see that water in there is pretty damn yellow. I can only literally do a small amount of time as it filters. I can't just pour the whole thing in. But then I didn't really want it to go through that quick, I suppose, if it's not going to filter it. It just trickles out the 4 holes at the bottom. Just keep topping it up. Right, I'll do this because it's going to be time consuming. Not even halfway through yet. Right, the wood was too rotten, so for the gasifier, so it's just took it off the boil. It's been on there for quite a while, to the point where the majority of it is burning out. I've just cleaned my cup with a wipe, but they don't burn straight away. Let them dry out and then burn them. Right, clean my cup out and the stuff goes straight in it. That's all nutrients. Right, I'm going to make a brew now. See, within seconds that's boiling again. There we go. This may be my last video. I could die from contaminated water, but I think I'll be alright. Not a bad day. Just been on a AM. There's a few on there. So this field's been cut now. Just checking on location. I think I'm going to move base camp. Came in just the other side of that hedge yesterday. I think I'm gonna, I don't want to come up here and be sticking out like a sore thumb. I think I'm going to set up just inside there, sting the aerial up in that tree. There's a tiny little opening. I'll bring the bike all the way around, down the hill, or through the woods, down the hill, across the field, down the tree line, and bike and trailer here, ready for me going tonight. going to try and set up. Very overgrown. I'm going to try and set up just here. I could probably climb that tree and get the aerial up there. So I'm going to get the aerial up there. It's probably about 8 foot higher than where I am. We'll give it a go. There's nettles everywhere. I got a tick on me last night, and I got 2 bites on my back and 1 bite on the side of my knee, and they've come out like boils, big bites. Right, I'm going to get everything from down there and bring it up here, and hopefully I don't pick up another tick or put an eye out. In the jungle, the mighty jungle. More nettles. Nettle selfie. Ugh. You really got to watch the ground. Look at that. The ground is just like full of stuff that's going to trip you over. Like fallen weeds, fallen trees. Right, time to get the bazooka down. From up there somewhere. And then get the go box and radio pack up the top. Not good. The bottom of the antenna is at the height of my waist. Came right to the top of the woods, right to the entrance point. There's the entrance there. But it's so overgrown, I can't get the antenna up. I can't swing the weight around enough to get it up in the tree, and the trees are so dense. Even that one just can't get up into it. I'm struggling to get the height now. Just can't quite get the antenna high enough. And the bottom of the antenna, about 4 foot from the ground, is not good. I can hear everyone though, but I'm going to work on it, I think.
Yeah, okay. Is there anyone you want to go to, Mark? Could you any decent ones out when you're up there?
Right, Gareth, if you're watching this,
I must remember to pack some bourbon next time.
give me a £4 Radio 5. I think you're talking to Robbie. I can't hear him, but Robbie is like 4 feet above sea level.
Yeah, that's what she's coming up with. Hopefully very, very soon.
This is AM.
Very, very good to see you too, Pete. Just for your information, you're
Back on FM now.
Lovely, thank you very much. Right, back to you, Sid. Cheers. Yeah, okay, yeah, the farthest one north we got is Richard there, Peter there. Richard, Mid Wales borders there. Try for the 1047. Yeah, good afternoon, Richard. 1047, how'd you copy? Good afternoon, Peter. No signal strength, radio 5, no problem at all. Back to you. Yeah, I've got you on a 3 actually, and a beautiful radio. No problem.
Yeah, 045, Tony, we got you.
So that's Simon, you're coming in here with absolutely no signal. Very quiet, but just about workable.
Yeah, Rog, I got signal 1 from you, radio 4.
I can't complain about that. I'm quite pleased to make the contact.
Yeah, good to have the contact with you. Like I just said, I am struggling. I can't get the aerial up high today for some reason. But yeah, you are getting across here, signal 1.
Thank you for that. Okay, cheers, back to you, mate.
Right, came out of the woods, I just couldn't get the aerial high enough. I'm in the usual spot now on the outside. Signal's doubled. It's given Swindon Sindon £3 and Pete over in Shaftesbury £3 and signals doubled now, giving him £6 each, radio 5. And he was up in that tree there, see the wire, and then the coax, right to the top. But I'm sitting here because it's in the shade, all this area is in the shade, it's a bit hot out there. Solar panel is out there, so I'm getting some charge. So I'm just crashing the Charlie Tango net at the moment. Handset's on charge. Well, this camp's all knocked down. Fire pit's covered. Basher and hammocks down. All this stuff's packed away. Everything's ready to be bungeed on the trailer. Bungees in my pockets. Just got to put the Bergen on top of there. Bungee it down with the little mast. And just a wet patch where everything else is dried, except for what was underneath the ground sheet. But it will all level out. Right, leave no trace. Right, gonna bungee all this down, hook it to the bike, and then go. Well, go up the top where the radios are, or the radio kits on charge out the top of the woods on the outside. So I best be quick in case some hares or badger run off of it. Right, so we nearly finished the shit as the fan scenario DX weekend. Just gonna go around this log. I don't want to go over it and show you first camp. Well, I was only there for a few hours. The radio's here. Saturday. I can't even remember if I set the hammock up now. I think I did. Yeah. All that says a few slug trails. Ugh. And here, slugs. Well, there's a few big fat slugs on the floor. Obviously it's in the shade here, and they all come out in the shade and dark, and then when the sun comes out they disappear into the cracks in the ground. Right, only 2 hands for this. I'll catch you on top. Mate, this sun is mental now. It's warm. Right, solar panels up. So walk across a couple of fields to get here and through the woods. Got a good charge in there. That battery, despite that being on charge, that's still drawing in a lot of power. Shirt off, knackered. I'll just drop the bike, knock the Bergen off and grab the ground sheet. I am hot, so coffee I think. Get some fluid and sugar in me. So I'm sweating. There's the woods. There's the fields. And there's the sun. A lovely day over there. A lovely day here. But not so lovely over there. You can actually see the rain coming down. So wherever that is, it's chucking it down. But we're clear here for a little while. Open air station today. We'll be packing up and going home soon. Not long to go. Right, well, unfortunately, all good things have to come to an end. And this weekend's over for me. Just packing up now. And heading off home. I'm sure I've got a list of duties and chores Mrs. wants me to be doing. So I best get home and find out what needs to be done. I'm sure she's missed me terribly. Right, I want to get on with this packing up malarkey stuff. Right, again, leave no trace. All packed up, as you can see, ready to go. Just 2 bungees holding it all together. one going up over that side, over the bag, back down, and one on that side, a longer bungee, going around the mast a few times, holding that on, then over the bag and bedroll, back down, round the pole. So it shouldn't, that's solid, not going to go anywhere, because this trailer does tilt up, because it's made for wheels slightly smaller than I've got, so the trailer doesn't sit level, it's permanently leans back. Great weekend, shame I can't do this every weekend. Good chance to reflect and look back on stuff, i.e. the water situation. Probably got about a cupful left, and again I had to purify a litre of it, so lucky I collected the rainwater. So I've got to look into carrying more water, but to do that I've got to reduce on some weight, so I might have, I don't know, I have to look into that. Maybe just a camelback for an extra 2 or 3 litres. Radio and power wise, electronic wise, bug out situation scenario, like 3 days plus. The Solar Go box, ample. Radio's, you know, fine, perfect. But as for sort of an afternoon on the radio, the CB's a bit big to carry around, and definitely no to that Go box. I think I'd use a small one. I'm not taking neat. I'd use a small one, I think, for a day or an evening on the radio, but certainly not this thing. All other kit, fantastic. Little webbing on me, as when I came here. Radio on. Shoulders. I'm getting attacked by flies. They're out everywhere. Right, I'm going to pedal off home. Sort all this gear out. But yeah, hopefully everyone else had a good weekend. It was a bit difficult, I will admit, to contact any other people taking part in this weekend with the Uniform Kilo Papa call sign, as we are a bit far apart. Boys over in South Wales, I can normally get you, but I think where we were in the woods, that was blocking our signal quite a lot. I mean, my signal doubled when I came out. I struggled to hear you on AM and FM, and when I came out here, I don't think it was still enough. But yeah, good practice, really good practice, good fun, enjoyable. Right, time to go. Thanks for watching YouTube. Sorry it's a long video again, and yeah, take care and we'll catch you soon.